I wanted to remind everybody that if you'd like to speak tonight, there's a sign-in sheet over there, and there are 3 minutes to speak. And it's over, still over there on the table there? Yes, yep. And then we'll get those prior to our meeting starting. We also started our meeting with invocation, evening, and we will have Councilman Hawkins doing that invocation for us. Everybody can please stand.
Please join me in prayer. Holy Father, your word tells us to come into your presence with rejoicing and thanksgiving. And Father, we give you thanks for the city that you've given us, our city of Bulverde, for the community that you've given us. Father, we give you thanks for all of our guests that are here with us this evening. We thank you, Father, for our staff, the city staff, Father, who works so hard and so diligently to preserve this community that we've created together over these years. We thank you, Father, for the volunteers that you've given us that are willing to take time out of their busy schedules to devote it to the city, Father, without any reimbursement. We thank you, Father, for the city council who are willing to serve, and the mayor who's put herself forward, Father, to take on the responsibility of the city. Thank you, Father, most of all for the rain that you've given us in the month of April. Our city just looks beautiful, Father, and we thank you so much for these hills, these trees, and these beautiful flowers. We pray that you would continue to send it. This evening, Father, we only ask for your wisdom and your discernment as we consider this evening's agenda. And we thank you and give you praise for the blessings of this day. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, and we will call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. We'll start off by the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. So Councilman Goff will not be with us tonight, and we do have a quorum. Okay. We're going to start with canvass of election and administration of oaths and recognition of outgoing officers. So we're going to start this with 2A. We're going to issue certificates of election and administer the oath of office to City Council Member Place 3 of the Home Rule City of Bulverde, Texas, and that would be to Councilman Ted Hawkins. So we're going to announce the May 2nd, 2026 election was uncontested and canceled, and no canvasses of votes will take place. The oaths of office to newly elected council members will commence. We'll invite Council Member Hayes to take a seat in the audience. Yes. Thank you. Okay, and then we will start with place 3, and we'll hand this to Councilman Hawkins, and also we'll administer the oath. Councilmember Hawkins will have his oath read by Judge Kristen Holly. So we're going to do this down here. Would you like to?
All right. Absolutely. No.
We have a certificate of election in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas. This is to certify that Ted Hawkins was duly elected council member place 3 for purposes of the May 2nd, 2026 general election. Testimony whereof I have hereunto sign my name to cause the seal of the city of Bulverde to be affixed this 12th day of May 2026.
I, Ted Hawkins,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of City Council Member, Place 3,
of the office of City Council Member of the
City of Bulverde,
City of Bulverde
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United
and
States
of this state, so
and of this
help me
state,
God.
so help me God.
Next, we'll be doing Mr. Brown. And,
You're getting good at that. What's that? You're getting good at that. Okay. Done it enough. Whether I practice.
certificate of election in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, certified that Zach Brown was duly elected council member place 4 for purposes of the May 2nd, 2026 general election. Testimony whereof I have hereunto signed my name and caused the seal of the city of Bulverde to be affixed this day of May 2026.
Okay,
Wait, no, our-
Gloria's
Swear on this.
got.
There you go. I, please state your name,
I, Zachary Gerald Keith Brown,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties of the office
execute the duties of the office
of City Council Member, Place 4,
of City Council Member, Place 4,
of the City of Bulverde,
City of Bulverde,
of the State of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Mr. Brown, you get to sit up. Okay, and will Councilman, outgoing Councilman Hayes.
Yeah, take my pet.
City of Bulverde, Texas. Certificate of appreciation for Dennis Stephen Hayes, council member, place 4. In grateful recognition of your dedicated service to the citizens of Bulverde, Texas, April 13th, 2021 to May 12th, 2026. With sincere appreciation for your time, effort, and devotion to public service. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Give him a few minutes. Oh, he's out of here.
Yeah,
Bye,
not
Chris.
even saying bye.
Stay.
What?
Run the bills.
Okay, moving right along. So we're going to 3, our reports, presentations, and proclamations. Lots tonight. Okay, so, this is 3. We have proclamations. This one is for the 250th celebration of the Declaration of Independence. And this proclamation reads, whereas on July 4th, 2026, our nation will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And whereas the passing of this milestone invites us to reflect on our past, honor the sacrifices and contributions of all Americans, and look ahead to future generations who will carry forward the ideals of democracy and liberty. And whereas although Texans did not fight in the Revolutionary War, they supported the American colonists both financially and materially. And whereas the Texas Daughters, Honey Creek Chapter, NSDAR, is the local chapter of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution and are descended from patriots of the American Revolution. Now, therefore, I, Helen Hayes, Mayor of the City of Bulverde, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim July 4th, 2026 as the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, proclaimed this 12th day of May 2026. And I think we have somebody here to receive. Yes. Okay, 3B. This presentation is a proclamation for the Smithson Valley Girls Soccer Team who went all the way to state.
Yeah.
This proclamation states, whereas the Smithson Valley High School Rangers varsity soccer team has achieved extraordinary success during the 2026 season, culminating in a Class 5A Division I Texas UIL State Soccer Championship victory, showcasing exceptional talent, determination, and sportsmanship. And whereas in a dominant performance in the state title game, the Rangers defeated Walnut Grove with a commanding score, led by outstanding defense and teamwork that energizes and unites their community. And whereas the players, coaches, and supporters have exemplified integrity, discipline, and unity, both on and off the field, serving as exemplary representatives of their school and community. And whereas the Rangers' success brings pride and recognition not only to Smithson Valley High School and the Comal Independent School District, but also to the broader South Texas region, and serves as an inspiration to young athletes throughout our state. And whereas the City of Bulverde celebrates the spirit of excellence, perseverance, and community embodied by these young champions. Now, therefore, I, Helen Hayes, Mayor of the City of Bulverde, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim May 12, 2026 as Smithson Valley Rangers Soccer State Champions Day. And Bulverde encourage all residents to join in honoring their remarkable achievements. Proclaimed this 12th day of May, 2026.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, next one. This is a presentation of a proclamation for National Public Works Week. Proclamation. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the City of Bulverde. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the City of Bulverde to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2026 marks the 66th Annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Be it now. Now, therefore, I, Helen Hayes, Mayor of the City of Bulverde, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through the 23rd, 2026, as National Public Works Week. Proclaim this 12th day of May, 2026. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Now, funny one.
Thank you. Okay.
Good get on.
Next proclamation, presentation of a proclamation for Community Action Month, presented to the National Community Action Network. Whereas the Community Council of South Central Texas, Inc. was established as a community action agency on May 11, 1965. And whereas the service area encompasses the greater South Central and West Texas counties of Atascosa, Bandera, Bee, Brewster, Crane, Comal, Culberson, Dimmitt, Edwards, Frio, Gillespie, Guadalupe, Hudspeth, Jeff Davis, Carnes, Curl, Kendall, Kinney, LaSalle, Live Oak, Maverick, Medina, McMullen, Pecos, Presidio, Real, Terrell, Uvalde, Valverde, Wilson, and Zavala. Whereas Community Action has made essential contributions to individuals and families across this nation by creating economic opportunities and strengthening communities. And whereas Community Action is a robust state and local force connecting people to life-changing services and creating pathways to prosperity in 99% of all American counties. And whereas Community Action builds and promotes economic stability as an essential aspect of enabling and enhancing stronger communities and stable homes. And whereas Community Action promotes community-wide solutions to challenges throughout our cities, suburbs, and rural areas. And whereas Community Action delivers innovative services and supports that create greater opportunities for families and children to succeed. And whereas Community Action insists on community participation and involvement, ensuring that all sectors of the community have a voice and will be heard. And whereas Community Action is celebrating 61 years of innovation, impact, in providing proven results for Americans. Now, therefore, I, Helen Hayes, Mayor of the City of Bulverde, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Community Action Month, in recognition of the hard work and dedication of all community action agencies. I do not think they are here tonight. I'm not. Okay. All right. So we'll hold on to that. Okay. So moving on to 3E, we're doing a presentation of our proclamation for Peace Officer Memorial Day. Whereas the United States observes and pays tribute to the local, state, and federal peace officers who have died or who have been disabled in the line of duty. And whereas this was established by Joint Resolution 676 of Congress in 1962, which authorized President John F. Kennedy to proclaim May 15th of each year as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week of each year during which such May 15th occurs as National Police Week. And whereas the police officers of America have worked devotedly and selflessly on behalf of the people of this nation, regardless of the peril or hazard to themselves. And whereas these men and women, by their patriotic service and their dedicated efforts, have earned the gratitude of the people. Now, therefore, I, Helen Hayes, Mayor of the City of Bulverde, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby recognize May 15th as the National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week the 15th falls in as National Police Week. Proclaim this 12th day of May, 2026. We do have it.
Sorry, too hard to get wrapped up.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you here.
Me? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. So, 3F, we're gonna do the police department summary of April 2026 activities.
All right, Mayor and Council, thank you for having me tonight. I'll be filling in for Chief Baker. So what you have before you is the May 5th, 2026 report for April 2026. During the month of April, we responded to 1,258 calls for service. I would like to note there is a typographical error under my statistic for Bulverde Road. That number should be 64, not 99. So that's one of my Schreiber's errors. I do apologize for that. So we responded to 1,258 calls for service. As we move forward, we had a total of 21 violations observed, and we made 13 arrests. Those are included as a total. We investigated 19 crashes, one on 1863, 7 on Highway 46, 10 on Highway 281, and then 1 in the Singing Hills Walmart area. For traffic enforcement for the month, we did issue 418 citations for a total of 536 violations, with a total of 254 warnings. Our average speed for our roads still pretty high. Highway 281 is 20.2 miles an hour. Highway 46 is 18.5 miles an hour. Every other road in the city is 21.4, and we didn't have any violations on 1863. As we move forward for our code compliance, we did have 4 animal control cases that we accepted in, and then we were able to close 2 of those cases. For our criminal investigations division, we did have a pretty busy month. We had 26 assigned cases, 6 calls for service. We had one Chapter 59 hearing. We closed 22 cases during the month. We did file 18 cases with the district attorney's office. We were able to complete 60 different interviews at that time. We did file 1 report. We issued or completed 2 search warrants. We made a total of 134 supplements for our cases, and then we wrote 3 warrants of arrest during the month. Are there any comments or questions?
Okay, we'll start with Councilman Brown. Start from there.
Not as yet.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, thank you for everything you do. Appreciate the report, and yeah, thanks for everything you guys are doing out in the field for us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Hawk.
Jennifer, we had 2 fatalities during related to traffic. Was speed an issue in either of those 2 fatalities?
We believe the speed was a factor in one of those. The other one is still under investigation this time. The second crash, we believe they could have fallen asleep. That could have happened.
I've been continually concerned about the high speeds that people are traveling out there. I know we've talked about it. There's not really anything that we can do. On the other hand, it's a shame to see fatalities occur in our community, in our city. The speed be a factor in those. And I know you guys are out there because every time I go down 281, I see one of you guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're trying
So,
to meet.
yeah, if you ever get any good ideas about what we might be able to do to slow these folks down, because it's for their own good.
I would say just turn the radio down and pay attention to the signs.
I
If you're unaware of the speed limit, just slow it down.
The 20 over and the 65 is pretty fast.
Yes, sir. Yes, Councilman.
Councilman
Thank you.
Watson.
That was my question too. I'll just say, if you're not picking up people on 1863, it's not because they're not speeding.
Yeah, so just sometimes it's hit and miss, and there's heavy traffic and things like that.
There have been a
sometimes.
number of instances of that. That's my route to and from, and there have been a number of instances in the last 2 weeks where I thought, where is a cop when you need one? We've had a lot of motorcycle traffic in 1863, so I just mentioned that as a comment.
Yes.
Councilman Kravitz.
Yeah, maybe we need to get text off to lower the speed limit of 281 to 45, so people go see. But no, the board looks good. Thank you for your hard work and interim position.
Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Chief Haker and Chief Hamilton.
So thank you both.
I have a question.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
me about Port Animal Control.
Those are calls for service where they came into our department. We either took those calls for service or those for cases that were called in. Animal Patrol was called out, and we did write some reports or call for service for those calls.
Do we know what types of animals it were?
During the month, I do know that there was a situation where some cats were dropped off in one neighborhood, and then cats were found in another location. So sometimes there's situations where animals are dropped off. We'll call Animal Control out. We'll go ahead and write that report, and then we'll include that.
I'm taking it, we're responding, because I saw Animal Control. I see them a lot up here, so we call them after.
So what we do,
Call
if we get a call for service that comes in for animal control, what we do is we will call animal control out, and then we want to make sure that we document, where these dogs or cats, where they dump, where did they come from, who called it in, so we can just get all that information so we know where they're coming from and then who's dropping them off. We don't want illegal dumping
Right,
of the animals happening in our community.
okay, so these were all four of these were cats, you said?
There was 2 calls for service for cats, and the other 2 I have to search for the monthly briefly and try to find the other 2 for you.
It's okay. I just wanted to know what we were looking at, if they were wild.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What
sir.
is the nature of these 2 terroristic threats?
There was, I believe, an incident that happened there was a threat that was made by a student at Spring Branch Middle School, so that happened on April 1st. And that matter was taken to school staff who was able to handle that matter. And then the second terroristic threat call for service was happened on April 13th. Officers were dispatched for a male subject making inappropriate comments to employees. The officer arrived and was able to contact that subject, and when he did, he found some drug paraphernalia on his person, and then he made a threat to the Walmart staff. I'll come back here. I'll do something to you. So he was arrested for that violation as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
job.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Appreciate all y'all do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
All right, moving on to our financials.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Welcome, Councilman Brown. So for the month of April, we had interest income of $30,979, which was really nice to see. We had sales tax revenue, $269,965 for the month of March. And looking at this year to last year, March to March, we are actually within over $703. So we're kind of where we need to be for that collection. But year to date, we are down 7.67%. If you minus out the funds that were collected for the audit last year in February. So we'll hear about that for the rest of the year, and then next year it'll be apples to apples. So just trying to give you a good picture there. I know that sales tax right now, the line is kind of flat, but historically we do gain about 3% every year, and we're kind of on that trajectory right now. So, and we'll talk more about that maybe later on Thursday when we do the budget. I've got some more details and things I can show you for that. So for revenues for the month, we collected $916,878, which is year to date $6,496,196, 61.58% of our annual budget. Our, most of that was our ad valorem taxes. We're at 94.4% of our 2026 values. Our expenditures for the month were $699,741. Year to date, fiscal year to date is $384,249.42.39% of the annual budget. And through the month of March, we're at about 50% of the fiscal year. Right, any other questions you guys have for me? Councilman Brown? Councilman Alexander?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Councilman Hopkins?
Glad to see the sales tax is starting to trend up.
It is. It's going to, I think it's going to level out. And I mean, we're going to be really close because we were really careful when we were doing the budget last year because we didn't want to understate. So we didn't, obviously don't want to overstate it. So I think we're going to be on track. I'm hopeful. My glass is half full.
Councilman Alexis?
No question.
Councilman Frey?
Looks good, thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Public Works?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Aaron Martinez, Public Works Department. As you might have known, our guys have been out there busy this past month. We've done a lot of road repair work, especially on Lake Wind, some Casey, Sun Valley Road, Old Marine Circle, and Smoke Rise Canyon. We did receive quite a few calls about Casey Road because of some of the edge repair work. On there, some of it was kind of digging into the roadway, so we decided to go ahead and temporarily fix that until our road maintenance program. We certainly don't want nobody to get hurt. We are continuing our drainage and culvert inventory. We're pleased to say we've identified over 143 culverts. So the good thing about with this recent rain, it allows staff to identify some of the culverts in some areas that really kind of needed attention. So that was a blessing for the rain. Of course, just having rain, period. Splash pad repair. The splash pad has been turned on as of May 1st. Splash pad activity starts Friday through Sunday from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. in the afternoon. We didn't announce it on Facebook. We kind of wanted to have a soft opening, just to make sure that we didn't run into anything serious. We did run into the liner is old, so the liner is tearing, so it's leaking. So we're getting some quotes to see how much that's going to cost to repair. We've also continued our bandit sign removal. We've removed for the most part for April 14 unauthorized bandit sign. That number's declined greatly since we first started this initiative. We do that every Monday. We've also posted the 5-year plan online. We've also posted the beginning of our maintenance program. That flyer went out this morning. We will start our maintenance program starting next month. And that's my report. If you have any questions. Yeah.
Councilman Brown?
Being new to this may sound like teaching the hound how to suck eggs, but on the matter of culverts and drainage inventory, are culverts that affect more populated or high traffic areas prioritized over ones that are simply by themselves in a bad way?
At this time, what we're doing is we're actually just identifying the actual culvert itself. Then once we get all the inventory, then we'll start to prioritize. If it's failing, if it needs repair, if it needs to be replaced, cleaned, we'll determine that in a future date. What we did this year, as far as our drainage and culvert program, is we aligned it together with our road maintenance plan. So that was a priority this year to do that this year. So yes, once we identify them all, we'll go back and look at them and really identify which ones are in dire need.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Councilman Alexander?
Yeah, thanks for staying on top of the road, potholes and so forth, because I know with the rain, like you said, and then it's going to dry out again, stuff we haven't been used to in a while. So hopefully we keep the rain around, but I know that y'all are going to be having those concerns and issues coming up. So, just keep prioritizing those so we don't have any major, accidents or anything due to those potholes within the city. So,
yes.
So thanks for standing up on that, bro. Appreciate it.
Councilman Hopkins.
Director Martinez, I've had several inquiries from constituents and some concern myself about the speed and sight distance studies that we're currently doing inside of the city. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, we hired or consulted with our third-party engineering firm, Fraser Nichols, to do some speed studies, sight distance issues, sign studies in certain parts of the area of Port Verde that have been recently brought to our attention this past year from constituents and from just ourselves also being out there. So different areas are getting different types of studies. Some are doing speed studies. Some areas are getting sight distance issue studies and different variety. Was there a particular spot that you had a concern about?
I'm just wondering what the net result of these studies would be for the city. Are we evaluating our current speed limits with anticipation of change? Or are we anticipating changing signage? Or what is the net result that you think might come from this?
That's a good question. In some area, for example, Edgebrook currently has no speed limit sign in it. And yes, you can de facto by going and saying, you know, if there is no speed limit and say it's 30 miles an hour. But in some areas where the speed limit is too high, and if the speed study shows, hey, it needs to be dropped down to 20 miles an hour, then we'll have a study to show that the speed limit can be dropped to 20 miles an hour. Instead of me going out and saying, okay, there's a 20 mile an hour speed limit, there's more data to back that up. In some areas, for example, like Grand Road and Shepherd Road, you know, we've had some issue with the big vehicles coming through there, some speeding in there as well. We're looking at ways to kind of either, if the study shows that we need to reduce the limit on that, then we move that direction. But if the studies show, you know, hey, we could put another sign here to deter that, then, you know, the study shows we put another sign. The other issue we had in Edgebrook was a sight distance issue on Premier and Marble. A lot of vehicles are parking on the side of the road, not allowing the visibility there. So we're looking at that as well. Another concern that we had was Casey Road and Barton Hills. Is it Barton Hills? There's a yield sign.
Yeah, Barton Hill, and also you've got another one at Casey and Monica View.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're actually looking at that and see if the study shows that we should put a stop sign there instead of the yield sign.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different studies that we're doing that allow us to make a better decision, a more in my mind, if we do a speed study or engineer study, if somebody, you know, if law enforcement enforces it, we have something to back that up and reason why.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're going to find out on Casey Road, the only people that go 35 are the people that have their bumpers up on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
They get hit from behind.
Yeah, one of the other studies we're doing on Casey Road is actually the possibility of potentially putting a stop sign in the middle of Casey Road.
Mhm.
Not in the middle of the road, but in the
Yeah.
that was definitely a stop sign. But having a three-way stop intersection.
I look forward to the results of these studies because there are some things in our community that probably could change to make it a little safer.
Yes.
So I look forward to it.
Yeah. And the ultimate result is the safety of the public.
And we'll share those with you. Thank you.
Nothing.
Watson.
Yeah, the intersection there at Casey Park Hill is dangerous. It'll fly up on the back of you and rear end you, so it's a good idea. It's a dangerous intersection. So that safety end there at Casey and Bulverde Road, is that in the planning for culvert and drainage maintenance, or when are we gonna get to that?
The one on
The one that sticks out about this far over the road, dangerous.
that one, yes, we would look at that one as well.
We just need a
That-
solid plan.
Yeah,
That's all we have to do.
that'd be identified.
Yeah. That's all I really am. So.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who did you say was doing the study?
Freezing.
What was the price for this?
The ultimate price on that one was it's 32,000 to do this stuff. Give or take. I don't have the exact figure, but I can get.
Okay, and what all does it entail? How many sites are we looking at?
We're looking at 5 different sites throughout the city. We have Casey and Barton Hill. We have Casey and Monica View. We have Premier and Marble. We have Wiley Road as well, it's being studied as well. Brand Road and Shepherd, the intersection of Brand Road and Shepherd, sections of Shepherd Road and Brand Road for speed study. We're looking at Shepherd and Brand for because that intersection is the T intersection, and there's a big culvert there, and it's really we're looking at trying to get the better signage there because there's a big culvert there. So we're looking at ways to get that safety intersection.
And this is gonna go on until when?
It should be about a month and a half. We're doing the speed study this month because of school. You don't do a speed study when we're out of school. You get the best data during school time, so it's the best time to do it.
Anybody else?
I'm sorry, I have a question that just occurred to me. How were those sites selected?
Some of the sites were selected just staff. We identified some of the sites. Constituents have emailed us their concerns about it, especially the HOA over in Edgebrook have notified us quite a bit about the site distance issue. One of the other, the Barton Hills one, mayor is the one who brought that to our attention as well. We had been looking at that one for a while as well. Monica View and Casey, that's just my concern, just because I've been hearing a lot of the speedway down Casey. And so we're looking at methods in order to slow down that traffic, but that wasn't true. So there's different methods, different input came into it.
And is this anticipated to be part of a larger review of things throughout the city, or this is just kind of a preliminary?
This is a preliminary. This is just this one-time package that we kind of put together with presenters.
That's it. Thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation?
From our last park board meeting, we have made a motion to send the Liberty Tree money donation to the city. We'll be planning on planting that tree in the fall of 2026 when the weather's better for that. We also were in discussion for 4 to 5 items that we're looking to be added to the various parks that we do have. Just this last month, EJ Kravitz and I went to a seminar that Texas Parks and Wildlife was holding, where they will be offering grants to different cities and towns, counties for park equipment, for new park equipment, or for renovations to parks. We are looking at some ideas for those parks. Lastly, we also have our Stargazer event. That's going to be June 6th. That's going to tie in with the music in the park on the same evening. Hopefully, they're going to be able to have good weather for that because they're going to be trying to get to see Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. That'll be on the western horizon. So that's what we have going on for the month so far. Any questions?
Questions?
Thank you.
Questions? Questions?
All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Right. All of the consent agenda items, all of the following items are considered to be routine by the city council. There will be no separate discussion on these items and will be enacted with one motion. Items may be removed by any council member by making such request prior to the motion and vote. 4A, consider approval of the regular city council meetings from April 14, 2026, and consider approval of the regular city council meetings from April 28, 2026.
I'm sorry, Mayor and Council, but again, I have some corrections, so I need to request that this be removed from consent agenda. In the April 14 minutes, items 3C and 4B do not reflect Councilmember Goff's vote. It's my understanding that all of these corrections, which have been communicated to the city secretary, have been completed in the official record. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. For the April 28th minutes, item 3B, super picky, that since the ordinance and the item both refer to Scrivener's errors with an apostrophe. Excuse me, I suggested that perhaps the minutes should reflect that. Also, there's an extra 4 in the motion language for item 6A, which should read to file a response on the matter. And also in 6A, District Court and Comal County, should those be initial caps.
Okay, so do we have a motion to remove consent, please?
I move that the minutes be accepted as corrected.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Regular agenda items. We're going to discuss and consider electing one member of the city council to serve as mayor pro tem for 2027 term. Do we have a motion for that? I would suggest that we continue with Councilman Joe Alexander as mayor pro tem. And I don't know if somebody else has somebody else that they would like to nominate.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Jason Kraywitz.
I would like to nominate Ted Hawkins.
Really split.
So, we will need to take a vote on that, or we can discuss it.
I mean.
I don't know how we do this.
Yeah, we have three
So,
nominations.
okay, so we can discuss it, okay? So we can discuss,
I will remove myself. How about that? We'll do two.
right? So that leaves Councilman Hawkins and Councilman Kraywitz. So what we need to do is do a vote for that?
Sure.
You move in
Discuss it.
the order that they are received.
Yes.
You take a vote on the nominees in the order that they are received, and the first one to receive a majority of the votes is your mayor pro tem.
I know. So we've got Kraywitz and Hawkins.
We need a motion.
Actually, you don't, because you're not doing a motion, right?
Do we need a motion?
We don't need a motion for that. Because all we're doing is electing.
Correct.
That's right. We don't need a motion for that.
You sure you want to do that, Joe?
Are you sure?
We have someone's gonna get out of it, right? So. We got three nominations, six people.
Process here.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, we're all going to vote.
So we,
Sure, if you say.
man, if we need to discuss this further, I think this should be a closed session discussion, honestly.
I don't think you can go into closed session.
Right.
No, you can't go into closed session. It's just done in public. The public vote, yeah.
So will you consider?
I don't mind staying on, we gotta split up there, we got three.
Well,
Sure,
we're
okay, I'll just
we're
stay.
gonna vote, right? You can nominate, but you continue to vote like we did, right? Before?
Let's just get
So,
the way you want it.
How do I do the votes on this?
In the orders.
In the order received, so he was
First.
first, yes, so how do we do the vote? Everybody who?
All those in favor, all those in favor.
All of those in favor of Joe Alexander continuing to be mayor pro tem? Say, right?
Yep.
Okay, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We have two. Alexander. And then, second was, Mr. Kraywitz, Councilman Kraywitz. All of those in favor? Did you vote for yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
vote,
so did you vote for
Yeah,
yourself?
go to.
Okay, and all of those in favor of Councilman Hawkins? Right? No, one Ted voted for. Okay, all right, so Okay, so we continue to have, Councilman Alexander as, Mayor Pro Tem.
Congratulations, Joe.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, we're gonna receive the City of Bulverde Quarterly Investment Summary March 31, 2026.
All right, and for the first quarter 2026, we had a change in our market value of $4,145,154. The majority of that was our 2026 ad valorem funds that we received. We had roughly a little over 77,000 in interest income. Yes, a little over 77,000 in interest income. Year-to-date interest at $145,660. And the other item is that the city does not have debt. We're debt-free. Do you have any questions? Give it a shot.
Okay, Councilman Brown, questions?
No questions.
Councilman Alexander?
That's good. Keep staying out of debt for now, right?
No, then we get, Councilman Hawkins?
So the big bump that we have is the active warrant
Yes, sir.
came in from,
The big bunch. I think
Yes,
it was,
that's a incredible number, but glad to see it.
Councilman Watson? No questions. Councilman Craylor?
No questions.
5C, discussion and consider approval of an ordinance amending chapter 12, section 12.03.003 of the City of Bulverde Code of Ordinances to designate a no parking zone along FM 1863 from US Highway 281 to Wiley Road, including a portion of the US Highway 281 right-of-way, and authorizing the placement of no parking signage as approved by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item is brought forward for discussion and consideration, as the mayor mentioned, for the amending the ordinance of no parking on the section between 281 and Wiley Road. Staff, the mayor, and TxDOT, we had a meeting about a month and a half ago regarding issues around the city. The discussion was brought up about adding a no parking zone section there. So we're directed to bring it to council as far as considering adding a no parking sign there. Pretty simple. Any questions?
Councilman Brown.
No
Councilman
questions.
Alexander.
So this has been an ongoing issue for some time now. So two questions I have is, so the fine for $200, right? So, and it's like a not to exceed $200. So, I mean, what's to say that that does anything? I guess that's a not to exceed, but it's a repeat. I guess what's the impact on that? So that'd be question one. And two, I didn't see anything about, just even towing, right? If it's parked there, how to be towed? So, those are my two questions, I guess. So do we need to add that, or, can you be, can that fee go up to compound the $200 fee, or?
I would divert that question over to Matt regarding the fee. I just saw an email he sent earlier regarding the fee.
So under the transportation code, the fine is $1, not to exceed 200. But if it's 1 day violation, another day would be another violation that's parking ordinance. As far as towing goes, I would need to check specifically. I can look that up right now. But right now, local law enforcement authorities have authority to tow in certain instances when a vehicle is illegally parked, depending on where it is. So let me just double check on the specific authority to do that. I'll check that right now.
Okay, Councilman Hawkins.
Director Martinez, you kind of elaborated there. There's a lot of various activities that are going on along that intersection there. The only ones that I've really seen are what I would call maybe some illegal parking, or maybe the state using that to dump. Could you elaborate a little bit on what's actually going on over there on the other side of the road?
I think the main issue for that area would be, the, correct me if I'm wrong, the 18-wheelers that's there.
Well, yeah.
There's a little farmer's
Yeah.
market.
Yeah.
Farmers market that pops up.
The 18-wheeler.
So
So,
I've seen the 18-wheeler parking, but there's actually somebody that's using that space to actually sell.
Yeah, on the weekends.
Yeah.
Watermelon,
And the carpet lady,
all sorts of people.
great, and the guy who brings them up.
Watermelons are good.
yeah,
They are.
we'd have no watermelon.
All right, well, yeah, then that makes perfect sense, because that's not an appropriate place for that activity.
Councilman Watson.
It's my understanding that this is in the tech stop right away.
Correct, yes, it's a TxDOT right away. Now, during the meeting with TxDOT, we've conduct quarterly meetings with TxDOT to keep us updated on all projects surrounding, Verde. One of the items that was brought up to our attention through TxDOT is it's called an MMA, it's a mutual agreement with TxDOT, which will allow us to go ahead and add that sign to that section. And with the written authority by TxDOT, and written understanding with the police department that they would enforce that ordinance, they would allow us to do.
Do we have that authority from them in writing?
We have not yet received the authority from them in writing. We have received it verbally during the meeting, and I've sent them an email regarding to get that written in writing.
Does the constable also have the authority to enforce this ordinance if passed?
I would divert that question to Nolan. Do you know that question, that answer to that question?
So,
What about the sheriff?
Yeah, my question is really, can any law enforcement officer enforce that?
Typically, it's a jurisdictional matter. For municipal ordinances, the sheriffs and the constables won't do it unless there's an agreement, a local agreement between the agencies to enforce. But then again, they are peace officers and they have the authority to enforce any violation of law. So it just depends.
And
Do
this-
we, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. No, and this ordinance as written would take care of the watermelon man and the carpet lady.
Unfortunately, they need to be the
They can live across the street.
it's mainly the semi.
Oh, yeah.
Councilman Cravitz.
Yeah, I've been vocal about this problem since last year. It needs to get done. There's no lighting there. The
Yeah,
edge
it's
failure on the road is dangerous. And from what I understand, the constable has tried to pursue action against people parking there, but without an ordinance from the city, there's no legal basis for him to stand on. So
That's
we need to.
not necessarily true. There's authority under
That's just what I've been told.
there's authority under the transportation code to order a vehicle removed from the right of way.
Right. They are a peace officer. Yeah.
So it is already there. They can order it, if they make a determination it's a danger to public safety, there's already authority to do that.
Right.
But this will give more of a notice to those people that there's no parking.
Right. Otherwise, they'll just give them a slip and they just drive off. You never seen them yet.
Okay,
So
so,
it needs that. So,
So that goes back to the question that was asked earlier too. The statute is 545-305. They make a determination that it's a danger to public safety, and they can order it removed. And then the local law enforcement agency would be entitled to reimbursement for removal of that property.
right. I just get the impression from the sheriff's office and the constable that this is something that they've been wanting. So, anyways, yeah, I think that in regards to towing, you're talking about towing a semi truck. It's you get big record that's $6,000. So, the compounding fees is probably the best way to handle that. So, that's about it.
so Aaron, so we're gonna put up signs, right? How many signs are we gonna put up there and where are we placing?
So the placement of the sign would be determined by TxDOT. TxDOT will let us know where the sign will be placed, and that they'll figure it. They'll give us an area where to put it at.
Just so y'all know, last night or this morning at 4:30 in the morning, there were 5 trucks. And one of them was in the middle of the road. So it's something that needs to go away.
100%.
And, I mean, it's a problem. It's dark there. you
They
really
pull
can see
over
it.
and sleep there.
And so, I think it's people who are drivers in the area are leaving them there because they can't park in their neighborhood, and I understand that. That's not the place to park. Right,
It's not
they
a
were parking on the outside of 281, over in front of Luke's for a while. Like, the police department actually had them move from there, so now they're parking over there. So I think this is a good thing for us to do, and to keep that lot safe. By the way, the dirt that is dumped there belongs to the county. So they also said something like they would be, remind me if that's true, they're gonna remove that as they get done with Smith Valley.
Yeah.
And clean that up, but, so that'll be out of the way too, which if we don't put the signs up, it's gonna offer more space for those trucks to park there.
Yeah.
So
Which will
we
actually-
should probably take care of that now,
The dirt kind of hampers the ability.
to park here.
Right, so I'm glad to see that. But then they all put dirt on.
So
Yeah, it's not intended to be dark.
Would you like a motion?
I would like a motion.
But did we get an answer on the tow?
Well, let's not tow, it'd be $6,000 to tow a semi truck.
If they were removed, then they're entitled to reimburse the cost of it.
That's, and then it's disputable.
It's no guarantee.
Yeah. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
That's a lossable. Yeah, lossable. Yeah.
Okay, all right, so do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve an ordinance amending chapter 12, section 12.03.003 of the City of Bulverde Code of Ordinances, designating a no parking zone along FM 1863 from US Highway 281 to Wiley Road, including a portion of the US Highway 281 right of way, and authorizing the placement of no parking signage as approved by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on to public comments. Mr. Douglas Caraselli?
Good evening. My name's Doug Caraselli. This is my wife Natalia. Our children live here in Bulverde, as well as our grandson, and we have purchased property here within the city limits and are trying to make this our new home. And we've run into some problems with specifically Mr. Edwards in planning and zoning, not granting a permit for our electricity to be tied in. I'd like to give you a little background on us before I jump deep into this. We live in San Marcos. We're property owners there as well as business owners. We are trying to move to Bulverde, be citizens here. We are landowners. I'm going to retire. My wife is still going to be working for a few more years, but we want to be part of the community here. We purchased property December 25. By January of 26, we contracted to have an amended plat, combine both plat lots. We did that. Took quite a while, but it got done. On May 4th, we talked to the city, specifically planning and zoning, to get this approved. They said on May 6th, we could come back in and do the notarizing, so forth, so on, to get this approved. On May 4th, we were denied the permit to energize our meter loops. The meter loops are in place. They're to code. We have paid CPS over $4,500 to bring the electricity on our property, and we only want our meter loops energized so that we can maintain our property with battery-powered equipment, which is basically everything to maintain the property. I'm not asking for any type of variance. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm just asking to energize our meter loop. Now, when I was denied, we were given zero reason. When I went and disputed this, I was given this piece of paper, Chapter 14 zoning. Nowhere in here does it say that I cannot energize my meter loop, and it doesn't say I need a special permit. We need a permit for CPS. I'm running out of time. Mr. Castro, I've emailed you no less than 3 times asking for your help, no response. Ms. Hayes, you have responded to me, and I thank you greatly for your information in responding. I've called Mr. Edwards' boss and emailed him, and no response. We are not allowed as citizens to come in and see you, Mr. Castro, without an appointment that says only by email, yet no emails have been answered. And my time is up, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Carousel.
I do thank you for your time.
Wanda. What comes?
Hi, Rhonda Zunker with the Boulevardy Spring Branch Chamber of Commerce. At our city county luncheon yesterday, Jeb Smith with TxDOT gave us good news that as long as, it's one of those hard ones, we want it to rain, but we don't want it to rain. As long as they can continue with no rain, disturbing the paving, they're hoping to have all of the paving on Highway 46 completed by the end of May. There'll still be some work to be done on the sidelines, but TxDOT is considering allowing us to have a special ribbon cutting sometime early June. So we will get with y'all. It looks like it'll be there where they have that turnout across from where the schools are there, and do some special stuff there. The other thing the chamber is working on right now for the city is to, as we're calling it, I think, is Highway 46 is back. So come back and shop. And we're going to be doing some bingo cards and stuff to bring people back shopping, because I know my traffic patterns have changed, and you get in a habit and you don't change those habits unless something forces it. So we're hoping to kind of force the issue, dangle some carrots out there, get some of the community to go back and start shopping. We haven't counted exactly, but in just the zone from Canal Hills Dental to Bentwood, where we are, we're anticipating about 100 businesses. So we're going to go out and survey them and see if they're willing to participate, member, non-member, it doesn't matter. We just want to get their participation, get them for the month of June to offer some kind of special, do something, whatever, and get people to come into their stores. So hopefully we'll bring in some sales tax dollars and do that. But pretty much your driveway or entry will have to come off of Highway 46. The only exception we're making right now is the Starbucks shopping strip over there, because they've definitely been involved also. So that's kind of it. Lots of stuff going on, lots of new businesses. So hopefully things will stay going moving smoothly. So we'll update y'all as soon as we know more about the program. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Okay. Reports by elected officials and city staff on items of interest. In accordance with Section 551-0415 of the Government Code, topics discussed under this item are limited to expressions of thanks, congratulations, or condolence, information regarding holiday schedules, and honorary or salutary recognition of a public official, public employee, or other citizen, a reminder about an upcoming event organized or sponsored by the governing body, information regarding a social, ceremonial, community event, and announcements involving an imminent risk to public health and safety of people in the political subdivision that has arisen after the posting of this agenda. Councilman Brown. Comments?
No comments.
Councilman Alexander. Councilman.
I'd like to thank the city and all the city staff for hosting the National Day of Prayer that we had last Thursday. It was very well attended. I've received a lot of positive feedback from members of the community that attended it. So I would like to thank everyone who was involved from the city who hosted it. It's been an event, I think we've had 13 or 14 years here, but it's been growing every year. The quality, I've seen it grow from a place where pastors didn't really think they wanted to participate to where now pastors are asking, and we actually have pastors that are disappointed if they're not able to participate. So it's really been a growing event. It's been a feather in the cap of the city. And thank you, everyone who was involved in it.
Councilman Watson,
I don't have anything.
Councilman Cravens. Okay. I just want to remind everybody, we have music in the park this week, which is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be cake and all kinds of other items there. They're celebrating the 250th this weekend. So that's kind of nice. And then, congratulations, or again, thank you to, our newly elected, our returning Councilman Hawkins and, newly elected, Councilman Brown. And, thank you to Councilman Hayes again. And thank you to our public service and our police department, who've been working diligently out there. I know y'all been short-handed also. So thank you for all y'all are doing out there. And, we really do appreciate all y'all are doing. Okay. All right. So we're going to call this into executive session, to executive closed session. And the time is at 7:38.
I wasn't trying to be obtuse, I understood that, no problem, no problem.
Ready? You good? All right. And we'll call this meeting back in session at 9:56 p.m. All right. One second. Okay. So we have an action item after the executive session, an executive closed session. And Councilman Hawkins?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I would like to make a motion to establish a future agenda item to City Council to establish a strategic workshop for the purpose of establishing one or more council subcommittees.
Do I have a second? Councilman Go. Sorry, Alexander. Sorry. Wow. Okay. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous. Do we have anything else to add? Okay, we'll call this meeting adjourned at 9:57 p.m.
Okay.